Hi everybody, this is Mr. McKee with Net 126. I want to go ahead and go over the Packet Tracer 2.2.2.4, Chapter 2, Configuring IPv4 Static and Default Routes. Alright, so first thing we want to do is always check our addressing table just to see what we got going on. We got our router 1, router 2, router 3, looks like 3 PCs. This gives us all the IPv4 information, subnet mask, default gateways, stuff like that. Alright, so this is what we're looking at. Got a PC, one here, connected to a switch, connected to a router. Then we got router 1 connected through a lease line to router 2, and then router 2 is connected down to router 3. Okay, we got router 3 is connected to S3 switch, PC3 switch, and then up here, router 2 is connected to switch 2, then over to PC2. Okay, so if we look at this, everything in between a router is going to be a network. Alright, so one network right here, one network here, even though you don't see any hosts connected to it, that's a network. This is a network, that's a network, and that's a network. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. And let's see what we got. Alright. In this activity, you'll configure static and default routes. A static route is a route that is entered manually by the network administrator to create a reliable and safe route. There are 4 different static routes that are used in this activity: a recursive static route, a directly attached static route, a fully specified static route, and a default route. Alright, so first thing we want to do is examine the network, which we just did, evaluate the need for static routing, look at the topology diagram. How many networks are there in total? We just went over that. How many networks are connected directly to router 1, router 2, and router 3? Well, router 1 has that one and that one. Router 2 has this one, this one, and this one. And router 3 has that one and that one. Alright, so that does that. Alright. How many static routes are required for each router to reach networks that are not directly connected? Alright, let's see. So router 1 will need a static route to, because it can see this one, it can look at that one, it can't see this one up here, it can't see this one, it can't see this one. So that would be 3. Router 2, it's actually connected to this one, this one, this one, so it can't see 172.31.1.0, and it can't see 172.31.1.128. So it can't see 2. Alright. So it says go ahead and, let's see, test connectivity to the router R2 and R3 lands by pinging PC2 and PC3 from PC1. Let's do command prompt again. We're going to use the ping command, and we're using PC1. We're going to ping PC2, which if we look in our addressing table, PC2 is right there. 172.31.0.254. Alright, can't ping those. Alright, and do our arrow up to get that command back. And let's see, can we ping this one right here? For PC3, 172.31.1 1.190. Alright. And if you wanted to, you could just make sure your ping does work. You could put in the PC's one's IP address. What is it? 126. What did I do here? 31.1.126. Let's try this. 7.0.0.1. All right, so ping works. I'm just pinging the loopback address. All right. So let's go down and see what we got here. All right, why were these pings unsuccessful? Well, more than likely there's not any route set up, so it doesn't know how to get from this network up to this network or this network. All right, so that's what our job is. And we can open up router 1 and see. All right, let's go into enable. Whoop. All right, I did not want to do that. Let me go to 3. All right, let's do enable config terminal. Actually, let's end that. Let's do a show run. Just need if there's no IP roots on here. All right. Let's do a show run. All right. So interfaces. That one's shut down. That one's running. So all I can talk to is what's directly connected to it. All right, let's just check this too. And unfortunately, if you type in the wrong command and hit enter, it sits there for a while. I'll show you guys how to eliminate that in the future, but you just have to wait until it times out. If you see that translating whatever you typed in incorrectly, domain server, all right, because it's trying to resolve that name. Okay. All right, so unsuccessful because there's no route set up in the routers. All right, so step 1, configure static and default routes. Configure recursive static routes on R1. What is a recursive static route? Well, basically it relies on the next hop on the router, which this is R1. So it relies on whatever this interface is to get out to the other networks. All right. And it requires 2 routing table lookups, and I'll show you guys that in a second. And what it's going to need the first lookup in the routing table for the destination network, and then look up the exit interface on the network for the next hop router, and I'll show you guys that. And just to see it, I know you can look in your addressing table, but we see that serial 000 is connected. I just know that that's going to be the next hop. And if we type this in, we know that's just takes a while to get used to doing packet tracer serial 000 and R2. We can probably look in here. All right, so that's the address, IP address that's set up on this router for that serial. So that's our next hop address. All right, so we know that, but also if we looked in our addressing table, we could say, okay, serial 000 on R1 is right there, 172.31.1.193. All right, so that's gonna be our next hop. We're gonna have to put that in for recursive route, and then also the remote network itself, like 172.31.0.0, and this one and this one. All right, these are already connected. It knows what's those two. All right, so first thing we're gonna have to do, let me go back just to stay on track. Let's see. All right, so configure a recursive static route to every network not directly connected to R1, including the WAN link between R2 and R3. And it's talking about this. That's a WAN link, or you could say a leased line, but wide area network. All right, so let's open up R1 command line. We got to do enable config T and global config. All right, so we're going to do 3 entries, one for each of these remote networks. All right, the first one is going to be IP route 172.31.0.0, which is that one right there. It's a /24 CIDR, so you guys should know that that's 255.255.255.0. All right, and our next hop we know is 172.31.1.193, because it's the next hop going out of this network. All right, this is a stub network. It only goes out one way, so it's not that complicated right now. All right, so this PC1 has to go out this router, has to go, this is its next hop. It has no choice. From there, however, it needs to know where to go next. All right, so there's our first entry. Just make sure that's right. Going to this network, that subnet mask is right there, and then going out of this next hop. And if we hit enter, I just want to show you guys. We see completion 0 out of 60. Hit enter. Should get 10. Yep. All right. Next IP route, and just be careful when you do this, but if you do the arrow up, that gives you your last command you put in. This next hop is going to stay the same for all 3 of these entries. All right. So we've done this remote network. We need to do this network, and we need to do this network. All right, so let's just do this one in order because it's the next one in line. All right, so 172.31.1.196. Let's go back. 1.196. All right, and pretty much if you have router-to-router connections between the WAN, that a lot of times will be a /30, because it only has 2 hosts maximum, so it has those 2 router interfaces, a network, and a broadcast address, so that's 4. All right, so that's /30. Okay, so we need to make sure that we change this. 252. Whoops. And if I type this correctly, that's going to help too. All right, like that. 252. All right, let's just make sure. 172.31.196. This is why it's good to check. 196. All right, there we go. All right, check this before we hit enter. All right, that looks good. Hit enter. All right, like that. Completion 20 out of 60. Good to go. Up arrow again. All right, next route. We're going to need this route right here. 172.31.1.128. We're going to use the same next hop. So we'll go in here, and that's our 128 network. Just make sure. All right, and it's a /26. CIDR, so that's 192. All right, so let's just make sure this is right. 1.128, 255, 255, 255, 192. Next hop, still the same. Hit enter. All right, we got 30 out of 60. We're good to go. All right, so let's close this down. Let's go here. All right. All right, so it says test connectivity to the R2 LAN and ping the IP addresses of PC2 and PC3. All right, so PC2 is 172.31.0.254. See if it pings. All right, timed out. I'm not going to wait for it too long. Control C to break. Let's ping PC3, 31.1, 190. All right, it's timing out too. Also, all right, so wonder why it's not doing that. Well, what we got to do first is we have the routes set up to go out, but now we need the routes to come back. All right, back into router 1 and this network. All right, so let's go back to this. So we're on step 2. All right, and these were unsuccessful. All right, why were they unsuccessful? I just went over that. All right, so how does a directly attached static route differ from a recursive static route? And then it wants you to configure a directly attached static route from router 2 to every network not directly connected to it. All right, so a directly attached static route relies on its exit interface in order for packets to be sent to the destination, and a recursive static route uses the IP address of the next hop router. All right, so for router 1, we used this next hop router interface to set up. Now, what we're going to be doing now, though, is saying, okay, this particular interface on our router we're working on right now is going to be used for the static route. All right, so router 2, it doesn't need this, doesn't need this one, doesn't need this one. It needs 172.31.1.0 and 172.31.1.128 set up, okay? And then S000. Let's see. And for this, we're just going to say, okay, it's going out of serial 000 to go to this network, and out of serial 001 to go to this network. All right, so let's go ahead and configure that. All right, let's do enable, configure terminal. All right, and we're going to do IP routes 172.31.1.0, which goes to PCA right there. All right, it's a /25, so that's 255.255.255.128. All right, and it's going out of serial 0, 0, 0. And let's just make sure. All right, we're on router 2. That's 0, 0, 0, 0. Going to this route, or going to this network. Should be good to go. All right, let's hit enter. All right, default route without gateway. If not a point-to-point interface, might impact performance. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we're going to do arrow up, and we're going to look at our numbers. All right, completion went up, so we're doing something good. All right. Our next default network is 172.31.1. 1.128. All right. Let's see what subnet mask it is. It's a 26, so that's going to be a 192. So 255, 255, 255. Let's just make sure. Yep, 192. And that's coming out of serial 001 right there. All right. All right, it gives us the same message. That's fine. All right, we're 50 out of 60. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Close some of this stuff down. All right, so answer that. Which command only displays directly connected networks? So if we do show IP routes connected, whoops, I gotta get out of global config. Let's end that. All right, so this is showing me directly connected networks. All right, we got 3, we know that, so that's good. All right, and if we want to show just the, what's the next question? Which command only displays the static routes listed in the routing table? All right, it should be show IP routes static. All right, and there's the 2 static ones I just entered. Okay, and then if we do just show IP route by itself, it should show all of it. All right, so that's everything. All right, and if you need some information on the routes, you can look up here, these letters, C, connected, static routes are S, local routes are L. All right, so that's good. All right. And actually, that answers the next question. When viewing the entire routing table, show IP route, how can you distinguish between the directly attached static route and the directly connected route? Well, if you guys go back and look at it, you should be able to tell. I'm not going to give away everything for you. All right, so configure a default route on R3. How does a default route differ from a regular static route? And then we're going to configure a default route on R3 so that every network not directly connected is reachable. All right, and a default route or a also known as a gateway of last resort, is the network route used by a router when no other known router exists for that destination network. A static route is used to route traffic to a specific network. All right, so that's the difference. And say if it's a stub network or it only goes out one way, we can set that up. It's pretty easy. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. We're doing this right here. Configure a default route on R3 so that every network not directly connected is reachable. So R3, enable, configure terminal. All right, IP route. And default just means if nothing else works, this is how I want you to get out to a destination network outside my local area network. So it's saying any IP address, any subnet, .0.0, use this specific interface, which is serial 001. All right, and now what it's talking about is R3 between these two interfaces. Don't use this one because this one's local. Giga 00, use this one. All right. So if everything else fails, dynamic protocols fail, get out that interface out to the outside world. All right. All right, what did I type in? Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. All right, let's go back. .0, hit enter. All right, it's gonna tell me the same thing it told me for the other. All right, should be good to go. That works. Okay, so let's see. All right, got 60 out of 60. That's good, but now we need to make sure we answer all the rest of these questions also. All right, so we've configured it. How's the static route displayed in the routing table? Well, I'll let you guys look at that. You guys should be able to figure that out. All right, document the commands for this fully specified routes. Okay. Step 5. All right, and so I can go ahead and tell you guys you can't have a packet tracer doesn't currently support configuring fully specified static routes. Explain a fully specified route. Which command provides a fully specified route from R3 to the R2 LAN? All right. I'll just do this in Notepad for you. Okay, so it'll be IP route 172.31.0.0, 255.255.255.0, S001, going out 172.31.1.197. Okay, so from R3 to R2 WAN, and we'll have to see serial 000. Right. So it's saying IP route, that route, this subnet mask using this interface and going to this IP address on that interface. All right, that's fully specified route, static route. All right. All right, then write a fully specified route from R3 to the network between R2 and R1. All right. And so we're going to calculate that as IP root 172 dot, and we'll do this in the lab too tomorrow. I just want to make sure you guys get this just in case have any more snow. All right, 172.31.1.197. Actually, 1.192 to 52 coming at 0001. All right, so let me just note these so I don't get them mixed up. All right, so this is let's see. This is how you look if you guys entered it. All right, that's R3. All right, R3 big. All right, 197. Write a fully specified static route from R3 to the R1 LAN. Do not configure the route, just calculate it. All right, so that would be R3 config pboots 172.31.1.0. Zero, 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 172.31.1.197. All right. So this is going to be answer 4.A. This is going to be B. This is going to be C, and D. All right, so there's your three answers. All right, then step 5 is, let's see, just make sure that's, all right, we got that one, B, C. Wonder why that's different. All right, actually, let's see. Fully specified route. Yeah, these are out. I think these are out of order. All right, this is going to be part of A. Depending on which version you guys have of this packet tracer, it looks like they're a little different. All right. So that might be, that's probably going to be part of A, and then B and C. All right. Just make sure you note these, what they are. All right. All right, so that's it. Taking about 38 minutes to do that packet tracer. Hopefully you guys don't have any issues. Just make sure when you submit this to me, all right, answer all the questions that are listed. You can save that. Let me show you. All right, so you can open up in NetACAD, open this up, save as. Alright, say you save it to the desktop. And go to the desktop and actually open up this PDF file. Open it up in Word. Alright. So do kind of like this. Just type it in Word. Hang on, I'll give you 1 sec. This is probably the easiest way to do it. I don't want you guys to have to print out a PDF file or anything. Alright, so actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go to this PC, desktop. Alright, open. And it's probably going to say convert. Yep, converting. This PDF contains interactive features. That's fine. Alright, enable editing. Alright, yeah, got it. Alright, so got this. Scroll down. Alright, so now you can fill in the answers. Try to make all the answers and use blue text so I can read them. They'll stand out. Alright, you got a couple. About 40% of this packet tracer is answering these questions. And then you can have that and then just do a screenshot of your completed packet tracer. Like right here. Screenshot of that of your 60 out of 60. Answer all the questions and then go ahead and submit it to me on the submission link on Moodle. Alrighty, well, thanks for watching. Hope you guys get it, and if you don't, let me know in class or send me an email.